Hello, and welcome to Feed the Ultimate Beast with me, the most everyone, aka MrSuryt. Couple of things just to cover off before we get into the episode. First of all, with the import-export bus, they do have this here, move stack of item, or move single item. I'm always forgetting to change it to stack of item. With 3 of these here running stack of item, it basically is able to keep up with everything going in here. It also means it will always keep a full 64 cobble in the recyclers. So, yep, forgot to do that earlier. Another thing that we are making a hell of a lot of cobblestone. We have over 1 million cobblestone. That is with 10 recyclers down here, all running with between 6 and 8 overclockers. Still wasn't enough, so we added more recyclers. All with 8 overclockers. Still not enough to keep up with all the cobble I've got coming in. We've also got 9 void pipes up there. Still can't keep up. So much cobble, so I've got to get come up with a few more systems for getting rid of cobble, it seems. We're getting a lot of dirt, gravel, sand and marble as well. And a lot of other resources. In fact, too many resources for us to actually smelt everything at once. So yeah, we are getting a lot of aluminium, or aluminum, depending on where you're from. We're also getting a lot of quicksilver, and this stuff here, quicksilver, and a lot of ores. It's not really a problem. The cobble's a bit of a problem. I'll show you why we're having the problem with cobble. If we go through, I've actually got that there turned off, our cobblestone factory, into the mining age. And if we jump through one of these, here you go. We have got 2 RedPower tunnel bores going. These things are insane for resource gathering. Perhaps I made it a little bit too big. The other one's the same size pretty much. The other one, for some reason, works faster. I've actually got the timer set to exactly the same, yet this one here does not go anywhere near as fast. So it freezes every so often. Chest wasn't full, but yeah, for some reason it freezes. So we've also put these portal spawners down. They're a neat way of getting backwards and forwards. They don't work whilst the machine's moving. So I've actually got them set up to, whenever I step on this pressure plate, not only do they turn on, but the system turns off. So the second one takes us to the other tunnel bore I've got. And it's basically identical. We'll go through anyway, because I want to show you one thing. We're not making the whole tunnel bore today. Takes a while to make them, so we're going to do it in stages. First stage is this here. Now the tunnel bore, in order to get it moving along, you need these frame motors here. They need power, electricity. Obviously solar panels are not going to work underground. There are other ways of producing energy with RedPower, but the most compact way on a RedPower tunnel bore, this could be made a lot more compact, I just like room. Most easiest way, compact way, is to have one of these setups here. Behind this portal there is the rest of the setup. Basically we've got a chest here with empty batteries and full batteries. An ender chest I should say. We are filling those batteries up off-site and teleporting them down here. So that's the system we're going to make today, is how to get power, RedPower, from one spot to another without using tesseracts or energy bridges or anything like that, which is also doable. I'm sticking with RedPower though. Oh, nighttime, that's brilliant, because the system doesn't actually work during the night. Being solar and all. We'll have a look at one I've got up here. It's a little bit messy. I was playing around trying to work out a way of making it a little bit faster, more reliable. I didn't come up with one, by the way. Basically, you've got the solar panels here. You've got empty batteries and full batteries being placed into a battery box, which is obviously being fed with power through the solar panels, charges them up, pulls them back in to the ender chest. And then the opposite can be said on the other end. Full batteries are pulled into the system, the tunnel bores, charges up the system, the tunnel bore, and puts the empty one back into the ender chest to be recharged. And this here is just about everything. Chances are I've forgotten a couple important parts of the build, but we'll work them out as we go along. This is where I'm going to place down another one of those systems up there. So we'll go through the items you'll need. First item you'll need is pneumatic tubes made with brass and glass. You don't have to, but you may as well turn them into redstone tubes. That's just pneumatic tube with a bit of redstone. So let's start off by placing down a few of those. Now we're going to make the charge up station, and I guess a decharge station as well. You want to decharge the batteries into the RedPower system. This can be used for a number of things. This is also good for... This is also a good way of powering, say, a RedPower 2 sorting system underground. Sorting machines, they do need power. So yeah, instead of running cable all the way down... Oh, I put normal. Dang it. Want normal pneumatic tube. Where is it? Redstone. There we go. Alright. Yeah, instead of running cable down to your sorting room, you could just use one of these systems like I did in my Direwolf series. Next item we're going to be needing is a filter. This is basically tier 1 item within RedPower 2. Bit of cobble, some gold, red doped wafer, and a piston. That'll get you a filter. You'll need at least 2 of these. To make the red doped wafer, first of all, we've made it here, is a silicon wafer with redstone. 4 redstone, 1 silicon wafer, and that's in an alloy furnace. To get the silicon wafer, you get your silicon ball and cut it with a diamond handsaw. Must be diamond. Remember not to use the diamond handsaw in an auto crafting table. It destroys your saw in one use. And to get the silicon ball, that also is an alloy furnace recipe, and for that you need 8 sand and 8 coal. You can use charcoal instead of coal. Both work exactly the same. Okay, that creates the filter. And I did lie, you'll actually need 8 of these for this system. Oh, one other thing I should also put down. You do need ender chests, of course. So we'll plonk them down there, one there, and this one we'll put up the top. Got it. And you know what? Oh, I've left my grav engine on. It's okay. Grab this flower. Now I'm going to... I will put this into the system eventually, but for the time being I'm just going to have it separate to those ones up there. So we're going to colour this like so. That way what goes into this one is of course in this one, which is what you need. Okay, the filter. Now, we'll do this one here first. This here is going to be the charge station. So place your filter down. Turn it so it's facing down. That's facing up, facing down. Because you want to pull items out of the ender chest. We want to pull empty batteries out. Okay, so the next item we're going to be looking at is the retriever. Now the retriever is made with brass, looks like gold, it's actually brass, some leather, a filter. This is why you'll need 4 filters. It's because this here, a retriever, is it's the next tier up of machine in RedPower 2. It actually uses a first tier machine to make it. A couple of ender pearls, some iron ingots, and a blue alloy ingot. Blue alloy ingots, also an alloy furnace recipe. That is silver and 4 nickelite. 1 silver, 4 nickelite gets you 1 blue alloy ingot. And what do we have here? We're making brass. Oh, well, there you go. Let's make the brass. Oh, that would be copper. To make brass, alloy furnace, 3 copper, 1 tin. There you go. Don't know why I put that there, but I did. So that's the sorting machine. Sorting machine we put on the other side of the ender chest. We're going to flip it so it is facing away from the ender chest, this one. We don't want to pull from the ender chest, we want items to shoot into the ender chest. And what we want in here is a fully charged battery. Very good. Almost done. Next part of it, I wish this rained. We need a battery box. We will need 2 battery boxes. Good to have them there. They're made with batteries, piece of wood, 3 iron and another blue alloy ingot. The batteries, you're going to need a lot of these, at least a stack of. Well, you don't need a stack of, but half a stack at least. They're made with nickelite, copper, tin. So make a few of those. We will whack our batteries, empty batteries in here. Might just take 1. Okay, so right in the middle here we're going to put the battery box. Battery box is basically RedPower 2's equivalent of your bat box from IC2 or your, a redstone energy cell from thermal expansion for Buildcraft. Alright, so the filter is going to pull out an empty battery. It's going to put it into the first available inventory space. There is only 1 available inventory space for it here, and that is right there. So it will put an empty battery right there, which is where it needs to go to be charged. Once it's fully charged, the retriever will pull that out and put it back into the ender chest. Once in the ender chest, it'll show up over here. Over here, we are going to have to remember how this goes. Come on. Pretty much exactly the opposite. Right in the center we put the battery box. Right here we put the filter. And we've got to flip it around. Just trying to see if I've got it around the right way, and we do. Good. Okay, so that's around the right way. What this one here we want to do, of course I flipped it, is not have the screwdriver on our inventory, on our hopper. We want it to pull full batteries out. I'm actually short full battery at the moment, but you tell it to pull a full battery. That'll put it into the first available inventory space, which is the bottom one. That will decharge the battery into the battery box. Once that's empty, we need to pull that out. And we're going to pull that out using the retriever, like so. So we'll tell that to pull an empty battery out of the battery box, put it back into the ender chest. So we've created a loop. It's just going to go around and around. Of course we need to power this one. This one here is the one that will be underground. To power this one, we're going to need solar panels. Solar panels over here are blue doped wafer with blue alloy ingot. And blue doped wafer, also an alloy furnace recipe. Basically you get your silicon wafer, which we've already made, and put 4 nickelite with it. Okay, we're also going to make some blue alloy wire. That's your blue alloy ingots again with wool. So let's plonk down a few of these. We'll just whack them down like so. Okay, now these should work next to each other. Like these ones over here should still be adding power. You shouldn't need wire to each one. Hopefully that's the case. Because RedPower machines share power. So if I put the power here, that will power the sorting machine, which will also power, well, the sorting machine needs power. It'll also start filling up the battery box. The battery box will have power, which will also fill up the sorting machine backwards and forwards equally. So that's the way we're going to do it, and you'll see it's sharing power now, so it is filling up the battery box. Now unfortunately, sorting machine needs power, filter does not, but unfortunately that's not all that we do need. We also need, we need to take that out, we need a tick, we need a RedPower tick. Redstone tick. For that we're going to need a bit of red alloy wire, which you've already got. Also going to need some red alloy ingots and some covers. Now covers, you just get a bit of cobble, cut it up with your diamond handsaw. Well, you don't need cobble, you can use just about anything. Keep cutting it up until that's a cover there, until it can't go any further. Fantastic. Alright, so you put your red alloy ingot in the middle, surround it with cobble, or your covers, and that'll get you cobblestone jacketed wire. So we'll grab a couple of those as well. To make the red alloy ingots, I should have shown you this, it's also an alloy furnace recipe, and that is redstone. You can use either iron or copper. I'm using iron just because I've got a lot of excess iron. Okay, we're also going to need something to produce that tick. We can't just stand here hitting buttons constantly. So the easiest way is just a timer. That's what we're going to use. Timer is made using stone wafer, stone wires, 3 of, stone pointer, stone cathode, and 2 stone anodes. Now the stone wafer is just smooth stone in a furnace. You take some of those stone wafers, put a piece of redstone on top, you'll get your stone wire. 4 redstone on top of 3 stone wafers gets you the stone anode. For the stone cathode, it's just a redstone torch on top of that. And if on top of the redstone torch you put a piece of stone, you get the pointer. Okay, so ordinarily these systems would be a great distance apart. So each one would need its own timer. There and there. I do not have any wood on me. Oh, that's the wrong kind of tree. This one here will do. Come on. I'm in flying mode, so it's taking extra long for me to chop this down. Come on. Here we go. And the reason I need the wood, don't actually need it, but I'm going to create, I just realised I have sticks in that bag there. Just going to create a couple of levers. And they are for the timers. Basically the timers, you can turn them off with a lever. Applying a redstone signal. Alright, so we want to get that tick to the filter and to the sorting, or not the sorting, the retriever. In order to do that, you grab your red alloy wire. It doesn't actually connect. I can run this, oops, that's not what I wanted. I can run this along, and instead of putting it there, run it up this and across. That will work. That's perfectly fine. I made the jacketed wire and the red stone pneumatic tubes for a reason, just to save a little bit. Cobblestone jacketed wire does connect to pneumatic tubes, and it connects to the red alloy wire. There we go, the system is complete. Flick this switch, we get a tick, the filter will pull battery out of here, and we need to turn this around. There we go. Now we're getting a tick. So the filter will be pulling out a battery, whacking it in here. There you go. You can see the retriever is pulling out the full battery, putting it in here. And that'll just keep going, charging it up, charging up the batteries. Now over here we have our full battery that we can tell the filter to pull. There we go. You have to tell these to pull a particular item, otherwise they'll pull everything out. We need to do the exact same here. Turn it like so. Bit of red alloy wire, bit of the jacketed wire. Turn it on. Obviously this one does not need to be connected up to solar panels, that would be defeat the purpose. So this here is pulling out nada. It's not pulling out anything. Because it was around the wrong way. There we go. So it's just pulled out a full battery, which has charged up this battery box, which is charging the retriever. So the retriever can pull out the empty one, put the empty one back in here. Which then means that this system here has another empty one to charge up. So this is what you use to charge RedPower devices underground. Well, it's not the only system to use, but this here is one of the easier ones. You can use thermopiles, but I find they're a little bit temperamental, a little bit difficult to use on a tunnel bore. But yep, anyway, we're charging up, we're decharging over here. Eventually this here will end up full. It's full now, so it's just going to wait until this here is used up. But anyway, and this here is going to keep charging these up until we've got a full inventory of them. That's part 1 of making a RedPower tunnel bore. Hopefully you've enjoyed, got a little bit out of it. If you have, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I'll see you next episode when we put together the actual tunnel bore itself. Hopefully a little bit smaller than those other ones, because we definitely do not need the cobble. So I'll finish the episode with a cobblestone count. 1.1 million. Yay! Anyway, that's the episode. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.